Hello, I am Dr. Deepika Saraf, a pediatrician and a public health expert trained with AIMS, New Delhi, and currently practicing at D-Care, Chanakyapuri, Yashwant Place. Today I am going to talk about an important topic about diseases in children in the monsoon season. As we all know, monsoon gives a much needed respite from the scorching heat in the northern India, but at the same time it comes with its share of challenges, especially in children. So when we talk about monsoon in northern India, it starts in the late June and continues till the early September. So we're talking about 3 months roughly. During these 3 months, there are several conditions that the children may get affected from, but the common ones are malaria, dengue, gastrointestinal infections, respiratory infections, and leptospirosis. Now let us talk a little briefly about each one of them so that you can suspect one of these conditions and accordingly treat the patient, accordingly bring the child to us to treat the child. So malaria presents with fever and shivering and also headache. It may also proceed to a severe form of malaria, which is called cerebral malaria, in which case the condition becomes a little critical and it may be difficult for a small setup to treat the child, and the child may need ICU. So, and the second disease is dengue. It presents again with fever and a severe body ache, and there may be skin rashes in the form of small red rashes on the skin. The child may also have internal bleeding, which we may not come to know, and by the time things may become complicated. So you have to see the temperature and the associated symptoms and bring the child to a clinical facility. By this time, initially the child can be treated on an OPD basis. Later, an admission may be required in the hospital. So the third condition is gastrointestinal infections. They usually present with diarrhea, abdominal pain, vomitings, sometimes associated with fever, and the diseases associated with them are cholera, typhoid, and viral diarrheas. Then we have a host of respiratory infections. The common ones are, of course, the common cold, influenza, and as we had witnessed, COVID, and sometimes it can lead to pneumonia also. So, and then we have leptospirosis. Leptospirosis again presents with fever, abdominal pain, vomitings, and a yellowish discoloration of the eyes. Yellowish discoloration of eyes, you must get alert and bring the child to a pediatrician. So these are some of the warning signs that we have talked about. But of course, we do not want that your child should suffer from any of them. So the most important thing that we can do is to prevent any of these infections. So if one thing that I would want you to take away from this talk, then that is to prevent these conditions in your kids. So to prevent them, you should use mosquito nets or mosquito repellents at home, and avoid any kind of water collection as it becomes a breeding ground for mosquitoes. You should also ensure that the children are not playing with that stagnated water, and ask the children to wash their hands before they eat anything, or touch their hands and nose together. And they are also supposed to be wearing loose clothing with a breathable fabric, Suddenly what happens is after the rain stops, the temperatures soar beyond 40 degrees and the child may have overheating. So one has to see that the child is wearing appropriate clothing during this season. These are some of the things that you can take care of. These are very simple things that you can take care of and prevent these diseases in children. So I hope that this was helpful and you are safe and your children are safe and you prevent them from these diseases. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.